So when I move this task over to the next page, I'm on it's January 30th now. We're there. Oh, we're stretching out in the morning. We got our morning coffee. We're sitting there like, what do I need to get done? It's January 30th. I look back, I go, oh, proofread docs paper and fax it. I'll write those down. Proofread docs paper and fax it. And that's task A on page 2. And anytime I need to if you have notes, say I made a bunch of notes about installing the bathroom fighter jet because I'm not a fighter pilot, you make all those notes on your page right under this. You scribble all these notes, and you box it off just so it doesn't confuse with other tasks or whatever. You don't have to rewrite them because you can reference it. You know that it's on 2D. Also, if you need to remember all those notes, where can you write them? In the index. That says fighter jet notes, page 2. So now if I'm looking, I'm like, where were those fighter jet notes? I can flip to the index, take a gander, go, they were on page 2. That's right. There's another way to do it though. Say it's more important than just having it in your index. Say you really would like to be able to reference those fighter jet notes quickly, and you know you're going to forget the page number a lot. Post-its, baby. On page 2, I'm going to put the post-it, and it's going to say fighter jet notes. It's going to barely stick out. So along the edge, along this bottom edge, fighter jet notes. And then I'm going to write the number and circle it. Page 2. So now I'll know that this tab goes to page 2 and it's fighter jet notes. Fighter jet notes. Now, no matter how many days I flip through, I will be able to see fighter jet notes. For instance, I've closed my notebook. I've put it away. I come in another day, I pull it out, somebody says, listen, can you tweak that thing, the fighter jet in the bathroom? And I say, yeah, I can tweak that. Sure, no problem, easy peasy. Yes, okay, that's what I gotta do. That's that. So this is the basic process that you've got here. I know I've moved these tasks forward. I've got some dots here that they show they haven't been moved forward. They show that they're still open and pending, but we've moved them all to January 30th. So I need to add the greater than sign to each dot. And I'm going to do one more thing on this page. We're going to pretend that there was one task that did not get moved forward on that day. Order unicorn buffet like you do so often. Somebody didn't order the unicorn buffet. You got to get on that because now we're in the future a few days. February 1st. Because why not? Got tasks that you've taken care of on previous days and things like that. Also, you can see where your fighter jet notes are, but there's one task that didn't get taken care of. If you are that busy at your job, sometimes if you keep going, you'll miss little tasks. Let's say ordering the unicorn buffet, that didn't have to be done because that buffet doesn't happen for another month and a half. You've literally got 3.5 weeks to order it, but they're like, order it when you can, please. So you've got time. As the days go by and the tasks amount and pages fill up, you just imagine pages and pages of that. It happens. But you've got a system. It's going to be a little more interesting because you'll have it color-coded maybe if you're that busy and you need to classify things, like mentioned before, using colored pens or highlighters. You may want to do that. I had a huge task. It was one of my failures. It's how I found out how to perfect this system. The waterfall of tasks keep coming. So you will be prepared where I had to learn to be prepared. You've got all of these tasks. You're going to lose track of some of them. As the pages go on, sure, you'll go back and look, but what if one task, that unicorn buffet, what if it was so far back? What if it was like 2 weeks back? Or you just got so busy for a few days in a row that it was like a war zone on your notepad. You're constantly on the phone, constantly dealing with people, constantly avoiding imminent disaster. At every moment, you are literally dripping in sweat every day when you go home. Time goes on and you miss one dot on a page every day. That you have a task that is left undone. At the end of the day, you're going to do one simple thing. Immediately see which days you have tasks left over. All that's taken care of. But that baby is not. You gotta order that unicorn buffet. Don't want to miss it. By the time we're going home, we're gonna do one thing. To write here, the date and page number. 129. And the way I do page numbers is I write the number and circle it. 2. Page 2. 129, circled a 2. And I'm not going to put the whole post-it there. I'm actually going to tear it. So I'm going to, at somewhere on the page where it makes convenient sense, somewhere here, I'm going to put it so that it hangs down. So here makes sense, right here. I recommend using the little square post-its. But you can also just tear up here. You can tear up higher too, so that it doesn't take so much space with just one individual post-it. But that's it. And now, on pages and pages in the future, I used about one of these there's 80 pages in this, and I used one every month and a half, and I only worked 4 to 5 days a week. They get used up quick. But look, say you're about to start a day 3 weeks down the line, and you look and you go, gosh, there's still a task hanging out. You can instantly add a spot C. And what you may want to do, if you start collecting a bunch of these on different days, a bunch of unknown tasks, there's one dot or a couple dots on pages here and there, you may want to just aggregate them to one page. So you would go and you would collect all of these, would write them down on your page, just as a task, and then it down, of course. You add your little greater than symbol, the page number. We'll say page 35. Why not? This was a task, so we're going to make it the letter E. We would have done that. I should have done that before. So letter E, we moved it to page 35. This task, we can see that. Now there's now there's no dots left. Boom. All better. We can rest easy tonight when we tucker ourselves out, put our heads down on our pillow. We can take a deep breath. At least I've got caught up and I've not lost anything in the cracks, businessland nightmares. We're good to go. The basic system. So a couple little tweaks for you. You may be in the position where you need to delegate. So it's the same process, except when you have to delegate a task, I'm not going to install the fighter jet in the bathroom. I'm just not going to do it because the boss took it out of my hands. She said, you're not qualified. Will you call somebody? I said, never mind. I'll call. I'll take care of it. I go, you're going to take care of installing the fighter jet in the bathroom? She goes, yeah. Well, what am I supposed to do with my task? Easy. I'm going to mark that it's been delegated to put an up arrow like that. Evil eyebrows. And I'm going to put the name. Delegated to Judy. Delegated to Judy. So I put Judy and I underlined it. It just makes it stand out from the rest of the note and task so that I can at a glance see. So you don't have to be lost in the labyrinth. So I know that task 2D is delegated to Judy. So when I look back and somebody goes, what happened with that? I say, oh, well, it was delegated to Judy. And I might even write the end time. I delegated it to her at 9:23 a.m. At 9:23 a.m., Judy said that she would make the call on installing the fighter jet in the bathroom. Okay, well, I'll go talk to Judy. I say, yeah. And this, because how else would I have remembered so many pages later? You can aggregate tasks on a page. So like you say you've got a bunch of tasks or a bunch of delegations. You can just go back periodically and collect them and put them on a page. You can have a little section that says delegations. You can just write them under there. And the page numbers and the task numbers, you can write them all down there, where they went, and where you can refer to those tasks, which is, of course, the 2A or the 2D or whatever it is. Sometimes people forget things. Not you. You don't forget anything. You are a genius.